Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It has been a wild ride helping my family move in, and we are here in the Las Vegas, Nevada area, and only about 25 miles away is the Hoover Dam. So we need to go check that out. Emma's flown back in for the weekend. How was that?
It's fine. Quick flight.
Quick and easy? Yep. The those those, what are they, Delta Sky Mile points things, those, whew, we're lucky to have those because
yeah, those come in handy.
But yeah, the school year is almost over, so
yeah,
easy. All right, so yeah, the Hoover Dam apparently is one of the largest in the world, which is pretty neat. And we were talking to Zoe, who's also on our little adventure here with us. I was talking to her about how we get all of our power from solar, which has been working freaking awesome. About solar power, how we get solar power, and then it's like, where does the house power come from? Some comes from solar, obviously, if you install that, but the Hoover Dam's a really big production center for a lot of power in this area. They also do some solar. We've seen actually quite a few solar farms out here.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So we're gonna check out the Hoover Dam. It should be an experience. Right now, the truck is showing 102 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a hot meatball. That is what that is.
Yeah.
But honestly, it doesn't feel. I'm acclimating. How's it feeling coming from the Pacific Northwest?
I mean, it's hot. It's just hot.
It's just hot.
But it's fine.
Yeah, we talking in the past about how like the Michigan gets freaking cold, right? South Dakota gets super cold, and at some point it's just freaking cold.
At some point it just gets it's just cold. It's just like doesn't matter if it's -5 or -30. It's just cold, and I think the same thing happens in the heat here too. Like at a certain point, like it's 110 or it's 126. It's just hot.
Yeah,
So.
which we haven't seen 120s yet. We haven't even seen up to 110. It's only been 105 max in May. I will say the winter weather is just wonderful here.
Zoe, are you excited for the Hoover Dam? Yeah, shake your head, yes.
Oh boy!
Nope. Give me 1 quick second.
Dude, thanks. They let us in. Now we're kind of at it says parking lot 12, so we're like a little ways up there. Because you kind of go down in the valley over here and then back up. But there's a lot to see, it looks like. Now let's get out and explore here. There is also a lot of security, which also, I mean, it does make sense, right? Because if somebody were to take down this infrastructure, yeah, pretty big deal. That would affect a lot of people and a lot of systems. On the way in, we saw a lot of solar, like pretty big solar arrays and fields. It's pretty neat. Zoe has her binoculars. She's excited. It is kind of interesting though, because you at some point somebody had to be like, hey, I bet we could build a dam and get a ton of power out of this area. And then all of the infrastructure, all the work they had to do to get this. Oh, it's wild. This is so much cement. I mean, just the amount of cement here. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. Okay, the water's over there. It looks like this is maybe an overflow. I bet you we'll find a diagram or some exhibit that'll share that. But the last time the waters of the Colorado River flowed through this spillway, must have been this, 1983. Ronald Reagan was president, gasoline cost 93 cents a gallon. All right, so this is just overflow. It is genuinely impressive that we can get so much power from just water. I mean, I don't know. We take a lot of this for granted, but like turbines and such, that's so cool. Oh boy, how do you like the Hoover Dam? But I may have forgotten to mention, this side of the river is Arizona. You can see actually Arizona time. That side of the river, and it looks like it cuts right in the center, is Nevada. So that's pretty neat. Zoe officially has made it to the Grand Canyon State. Oh boy.
Oh boy, another suit for Zoe.
This water's, it's kind of pretty. You can see folks out there. You can take a little tours and whatnot. But there are also a bunch of folks like fishing and hanging out. There is a lot of federal security and law enforcement out here too. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of tourists. I'd like to see the hydro plants though. A golden elevator. Any water? Yep, a little bit of water. Okay, way down there. On the other side, actually, I believe the level's gonna be a lot lower. Let's see. There to... Oh yeah, way lower. Dang. Like it's just crazy that got all this in here. That's quite a jump. That is quite a jump. Ooh, that... I don't have this on wide angle or anything, so... Hold on, let me switch it up here. Okay, yeah, that's more of it in the video at once. Whoa, yeah, this is crazy. Oh man, yes, all the good stuff happens right underneath us. Let's see if we can find a center and figure out some more information about this. Oh, that actually works. What? Oh, you know what it is? I bet you there's some water flowing in it. Yeah, so it's kind of it's just a big evaporator cooler. Ooh. Sounds like a helicopter. Well, there are all sorts of trails and such out here, but be cool, be safe. Dozens of workers died from heat-related causes during the construction of the Hoover Dam. Man, that's wild. Which adds up, especially considering, like, I think this was made in the 40s. We'll find out for sure. But yeah, technology is not quite what it is today. That's for sure. 102 degrees out here, it says, at 12:04. Yeah, these look like they're all kind of knocked over. But on both sides are these electrical lines. It must be so it doesn't have to kink the cables nearly as much, I imagine. Yeah, those ones are straight up and down. The design here is so cool. Very Art Deco. I feel like today's designs are kind of more boring than that. I don't know. Pros and cons to everything, right? And then everything is out of style, and it's the whole thing. Even these cool lights. Aren't these neat? I like the palm trees a lot. These are neat. Yeah, I love the design of the rounded concrete. It's so cool. I'm sure at some, like in the 70s, they were probably like, ugh, it's so ugly now. 80s, 90s, ugh. Now it's really come back into style. Whew. And the cooling stations. Oh, that's nice. You know what? I was just saying, I hope they have a lot of jokes about this is my damn blank. They did not disappoint. Bandits. No marijuana and no unmanned aircraft, drones and the like. Kind of a shame too. That'd be a cool drone shot. I thought about bringing a drone and I just forgot. But they actually ask you if you have any drones in the vehicle when you come in, which no, but still kind of I don't know. I get it though. Meh. Visitor center and tours. Okay. Let's go down there. I'm curious how many homes they power and approximately how much power is produced each day. Hell, each hour would be an interesting metric. Okay, tours and the visitor center, it's like it's its own thing. But apparently it's something like 10.9 million kilowatt hours per day here. That is nuts. That's a lot of power they're producing. But yeah, it's like packed in there. It's a popular destination, that's for sure. This was all built between 1931 and 1936 during the Great Depression, which really is amazing that they've done all of this. I mean, all of this at a time where technology is not even close to what it is today, right? And it's just amazing. 1931 just started this, and dozens of people did unfortunately pass while working on this project. Now the other really neat thing is apparently the base of this is as long as 2 football fields down there, It's also 700 feet tall. And you can kind of see though how it's sort of sectioned and layered with all the different, you know, so you're like, okay, they did a block and then they got on top of that and then did another block and all this. But even like that bridge over there, how in the world, I guess, the world of engineering is quite incredible, right? But looking at it, you know, because I'm sure that if we tried this with concrete, we'd end up with like two separate pieces. One would fall off the other. But no, obviously not the case here. Just amazing, just amazing. Also provides power to California, Nevada, and Arizona. So this apparently holds back Lake Mead. I don't know. That is just wild. Wild. We've got a slide control right there. Almost drove away with the slider. That was a bad day. Let him know so he, he understood. But that'd be a bad day if you accidentally smacked that on something. Whew. I don't know. You guys find things like this interesting? I sure do. Although I will say it's a lot more impressive in person than likely is over a, you know, video. Look at this little rover. That's so cute. I like all their, man, they've been all over, haven't they? See Coops Bay. Yeah, everywhere. That's cool. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's pretty warm out there.
It's hot out there.
It is hot. How did you like it?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen, there's the one, what is that dam in Washington?
The Grand Coulee?
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Coulee Dam.
Yep, the Coulee Dam. That one's pretty cool. This one's like way bigger, it feels like.
I will say though, you didn't, in order to get all the information, the visitor center and all that, it didn't cost anything at the Coulee one.
True.
Here it's just,
it costs $10 to go in and even see the visitor center.
yeah, I think it's coming up on it's 95, well, what, 94-ish years right now.
Yeah.
Since they started the project. So it's coming up on like 100 years of this dam, and it looks great. I mean, obviously you can see some spots where maybe they touched up or whatever, but for the most part, I think they designed it pretty dang well. My preference would definitely be to come in the morning, a little bit earlier, because right now it's 1 o'clock.
Midday was not the right time to come.
But yeah, it's touristy, I'll tell you that.
All right, Zoe. What did you think about the Hoover Dam? Use your words. What do you think?
I like it.
What do you like best?
The dam.
Which part?
All of the parts.
All of the parts? All right, I think Zoe liked the cooling station best.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a little warm. You see kids, most kids are good with it, but I think Zoe just happens to run pretty hot, so that's all right. We'll get out of here and see what else we can get into. The other thing is there's also quite a few big solar installations out here. So they're providing, I mean, solar's really up and coming, which is kind of interesting. There's apparently one in like Boulder City, Nevada, and then there's one not far from us, I don't think.
No, they have quite a few up and down the Colorado River.
But those actually have batteries. There's some that actually have batteries
To store
on
the
board.
power.
But yeah, storage, which is, I find particularly interesting.
Yeah.
And I think solar panels, right? They use them for, 2 to 10 years, right? Maybe not even 10. And they're incentivized actually to swap them out so often. You gotta wonder though, what will the battery solutions look like in 2 years, right?
Yeah. Zoe goes, that looks like it's gonna fall over.
Yeah, they kind of do. You can see why they're tilted. But yeah, they kind of look like they're gonna, like the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Yep.
Well, it's the next day. Did not end up finishing this video yesterday. Man, get busy. You get a lot of projects going, a lot of projects. So anywho, we are actually sending back 1 out of 3 of our batteries. If you're new to the channel, basically this specific battery, for whatever reason, it's probably the BMS, could be one of the cells. But if there's not an active charge on it, keeping it topped up to say 14.4 volts or beyond 13.6, this will actually completely shut out and go to like 1.37 volts or whatever that is. Again, I'm guessing that it's a BMS thing, but SOC actually said, because they have I believe it's a 5-year warranty, they were like, yeah, send it on over to us, so we pay for shipping, but it's a lot cheaper than buying another one of these 200 amp hour batteries. So yeah, so we're gonna go do that. There was somebody who actually wanted to take a look at our trailer in the Las Vegas area. The plans might have changed. I'm not sure, but we're gonna get it ready anyways. And our freshwater is 0, and our black tank is at somewhere around 70%. So yeah, we're good there. We can, because of the way that we do things, we're totally comfortable doing like our gray water, just either on the ground or practically, away from the trailer. So we could do that, but we kept the gray water in here so that we can also flush the tube after, black tank dumping. So there's a Maverick not far. There's actually 2 Mavericks that have dump stations, which is, can't complain about that, right? So we'll go ahead and drop the battery off at FedEx, or probably FedEx. It sounds like might have better rates than UPS, but we'll see. The other thing is, so especially out here, I would not expect wood, maybe treated wood, maybe. I would not expect wood though, in general, to last too long. And so we've got the aux block, and you can see it's got a wide footprint and it has sunken in. But it's doing all right overall. I mean, I'm glad that this is sinking in and not our trailer feet, which wouldn't be the end of the world, overall. Running an experiment actually to see how far out I can put the ground deploy solar panels. That one's doing all right. And then you can see all the scrape marks on this one. We are going to go ahead and see if we can pack the one side a little better, since we will be here for at least another few weeks. And it's nice. We're helping my mom get set up, and the central air is not working. So we'll go ahead and see about getting that fixed up. But the window units are, and they're much more efficient. They're far more efficient, even with a SEER value of 11 to 12.8, still much more efficient than the central air in terms of just overall wattage, and it's comfortable inside. It turns out we've been in a heat wave and just didn't know it. So yeah, having some AC has been a nice thing. We took our unit out and actually put it in the house, and then my mom picked up a 6,000 BTU unit. So we're gonna try that in here. And you might say, well, the rooftop is 13.5. How's that gonna work, right? We don't know. It might work. We'll see. Because if it does, the maximum those units pull is 545, but they don't sit at 545. They'll rust 200, 300, 400 watts, somewhere in there, and we can run that all night. So yeah. Otherwise, no, we've been happy with our setup so far. We're running everything off of Lenny, and now I actually dropped the voltage on the charge controller down to 24 volts. I think we're all right. The inverter will not work, but we can still use the direct DC connection to charge the all powers, and then the all powers inverter. And that thing is actually coming pretty handy. I'll tell you what. So, anywho, gonna end this video here. It is a windy one, and the wind feels good. We're supposed to get rain. To my surprise, we're supposed to get rain for the next 3 days or something like that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.